If you love onions, you're gonna love this easy side dish. Today, we're gonna make whole baked onions. I'm Jamie with Savorysaver. I share gluten-free recipes, tips, tricks, and resources to make your gluten-free lifestyle easier. So let's make this super easy recipe. So for these baked onions, the first thing you wanna do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And while that preheats, we'll prep our onions. So you can use whatever kind of onion you like. You can use a Vidalia, yellow onions. I'm gonna use yellow onion today. A Vidalia is already a little sweet, so it's just gonna be sweeter at the end. These will sweeten up, of course, as they bake. And these are different sizes. So I'm gonna have 2 of these. I'm gonna put this to the side. If I was gonna use this great big onion, I would just put a little more of the seasoning into it because it's a bigger onion. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take my onion and I'm gonna cut off the top and I'm gonna cut off the bottom because I want it to sit flat. I'm gonna peel it. Once it's been peeled, I'm gonna take a paring knife and I'm gonna cut a cone shape out of the middle of it. So you wanna go about 1 inch or so down into the onion. So now I have a cone shaped in there. So next we're gonna season it. So I always grew up with bouillon in mine. So grab your favorite gluten-free kind. This is beef, chicken, whatever. If you have the cube, put the cube in here. This is the powdered stuff. I don't see why the gelled stuff wouldn't work. If you didn't want to use this because it has all that salt, find your favorite seasoning of chicken seasoning or barbecue seasoning or whatever kind of seasoning you like and use that instead. So I'm gonna use about a teaspoon, which would be 1 bouillon cube pretty much. Next, I'm gonna take 1 to 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna put that on top and I'm just gonna mash it in there to hold it. And then I'm just gonna put this back on top so it doesn't get wasted. Next, you wanna get a piece of aluminum foil that you can wrap the entire onion up in. I'm not using heavy duty, just the regular foil. So I've got it totally encased. I'm gonna put it on a baking sheet. I've got it rimmed just in case anything does leak out, or you can do it in a Pyrex dish. That's a great way to do it as well. We're gonna bake this at 350 for about an hour or so, and then we'll take a look at it. So here's our whole baked onion done. Took an hour, and I did have some leaking of the onion juice as well as the butter on the pan. So make sure that you use some kind of rimmed baking dish of whatever sort you wanna use. I used a metal pan this time, but lots of times I would probably just use a Pyrex or a glass dish because sometimes it's easier to clean. So when you open it up, you can see how some of the bouillon is still around the top, and just kind of mix it around because it doesn't always dissolve in that butter. So definitely mix it around because obviously you don't want a mouthful of salt because it is pretty salty. So let's just take a bite of this top piece because it's steaming hot and it's super tender. Plus I don't have to get the knife. Beefy, full of flavor, mild onion taste because of course it's baked for an hour, which always mellows out some of the onion flavor. Super easy side dish, 350 degrees, which is pretty much what all your other stuff bakes at when you're cooking dinner lots of times. I don't think it would hurt to go anywhere up to 400, 425 for the hour or maybe a little less. So just do some of these up while your other stuff's baking and just adjust your time as needed and maybe your temperature. You're not gonna hurt these. Whole baked onions, easy side dish. That's all I got for today, guys. I hope to see you in the next video.